Good evening. This is CBC Windsor News at 6. I am your host, Katerina Georgieva, and we are live this evening for a special show from Bright Lights here at Jackson Park. I want to welcome our musical guest, Val Daniels, here on the piano, and I want to welcome everybody who has come by this evening to say hello here at Bright Lights. This is a special show and is part of our holiday campaign, Make the Season Kind. You might remember it as Sounds of the Season from previous years. It's got a new name, but the goal is still the same. It's all about helping people who are struggling with food insecurity. And last year, you helped raise more than $20,000 for Windsor Essex, which is absolutely incredible. And we know that this year, the need is greater than ever before. And that's exactly what CBC's Jennifer LaGrassa has been looking into for us. So Jen, tell us what you've learned working on this.
Yeah, so not being able to have food is a growing problem in Windsor Essex. We see that specifically over the last 10 years. So I looked at the stats and I spoke with community members just to see what people are facing. More people than ever before in Windsor Essex are food insecure, meaning that they worry about not having food or can't buy it. Here at Windsor's 80 Knox, people are lining up in their cars to get a food donation. These are some of the thousands of people in our region who rely on food banks.
It is an emergency situation. I can see that the need is increasing.
About 24% of families are food insecure in Windsor Essex. That's 1 in 4 households, the highest it's ever been, according to recent data from our local health unit. The rising cost of living mixed with low income is behind the increase.
Even though our minimum wage did just increase to $17, when we look at our living wage rate for Windsor and Essex, so what it would cost to live comfortably, we're looking at closer to $20 an hour. And so when you don't have that income to match the rise of the costs, people start compromising, and food tends to be a flexible expense.
That forces people to turn to food banks. The Windsor Essex Food Bank Association says that last year, its 15 locations were visited more than 211,000 times. That's an increase of more than 21,000 visits compared to 2022. I wanted to meet some of the users, so I went to the UHC Hub of Opportunities Food Bank in Windsor. It hands out 300 food baskets daily to people in need.
Keeping it running are volunteers. Some of them are in addiction recovery at Hand in Hand. The men not only provide help, they also rely on the food bank.
Well, there's been hard times in my life where, get laid off or something like that, and you just need some help from the community, and it's nice that we have places like this that we can rely on.
This place has definitely helped out Hand in Hand. Like the guys there wouldn't be able to survive without it.
And after working here a couple of times, you really get to see just how you see every walk of life imaginable coming through the doors and coming up, and it's humbling.
So Jen, how do we address an issue that seems to be getting worse and worse?
So experts say that it would require policy changes to really boost those income supports. So, for example, increasing your social assistance rates or having employers pay their staff a living wage.
So we're going to shift now on a bit of a lighter note. You also worked on a story about young newcomers who have been learning about North American cuisine. So tell us all about that.
Yeah, I got to spend a really fun evening with some young chefs in our community. A lot of them had just recently come to Windsor and they were learning that night to make burgers and fries. I met them at the community kitchen at the UHC Hub of Opportunities. You could tell that they were so proud of what they were cooking. Here's what they made.
We'll make the presentation overall, the burger will look really, really nice. Hello, my name is Rafi Hanna. I teach at the Unemployed Hub Center Community Kitchen. So they wanted to put a program together to bring newcomers from different countries in one classroom, which was the kitchen setting, and bring them in together with Canadian volunteers. The whole idea is to introduce them to the Canadian cuisine, the culture, and get different newcomers to kind of interact with each other, get to know each other, just kind of building a Canadian community. It's pretty cool because a lot of newcomers, they're not introduced to different cuisines. They only know their culture, home food. Same myself, when I came to this country, I only knew my Middle Eastern food. So these kids, they get to enjoy different cuisines. They get to learn about nutrition facts. We teach them about how to eat healthy, cook healthy.
What's your favorite part of cooking, of being here?
Eating. Yeah, I like to do things very nice, clean and neat, very presentable.
Do you cook at home a lot?
Yes, I do.
What do you make?
I'm a Jamaican, so mostly Jamaican food. We do fried chicken, rice and peas.
I came here to Canada like 5 months ago, yes. I think cooking can be an art, yeah? It's very cool, it's very nice. All the people need it.
It's my first time preparing a hamburger like me doing like myself. So yes, I can learn a lot of things here. I like the smell because I think that cook is something important in our life because all the humans need to eat. And if we do it good, we can enjoy it and we can make memories about it.
Most of them like to take pictures and put on the Facebook, Instagram, so they have a lot of fun doing that. And when they're in the cafeteria eating, you could see them interacting because food, I believe food brings people together, right? So you could see that they're all comfortable with each other, talking, sharing stories, and it becomes really a fun environment.
Let's turn now to how high school students are doing their part to get food to those who need it. And it's part of a program that is supporting Meals on Wheels. Take a look.
I'm Dale Molnar, and I'm here at the UHC Hub of Opportunities Community Kitchen, where dozens of co-op high school students are learning culinary skills, and it's all for a good cause. Co-op students from all the high schools and the public board prepare meals every weekday morning for the Meals on Wheels program. For Nora Kalulu, it gives her skills that can help her along her career path.
The best part is the experience that I get along with this. So meeting new people, having new opportunities, opening up new pathways for careers in the future and stuff like that.
Emma Bruce wasn't sure she wanted to do it at first.
I think after this I am going to go into culinary school. Going into this at first, I wasn't sure if I would have liked it or not, but I've been here for a couple months now and I've sort of fallen in love with the kitchen and how it works.
And the students, such as Samira Baril, say it's not only great work experience, it's a great feeling doing something for those in need.
I like giving back to the community. A lot of these meals would actually go to my aunt and her patients because she takes care of people who can't take care of themselves.
I like helping people out with needs. Anything that I can do to help, it's a good feeling.
The head chef, Rafi Hanna, says the students spend a semester doing the meal prep and can earn up to 5 credits.
I think it's one of the best programs. I've been here since 2016.
The meals are prepared one day, refrigerated, and warmed up the next day. Those meals are then packed into kits that go to different routes. That's when volunteers like Thomas McBride take over.
Johan.
Morning, how are you?
Not too bad. How are you doing?
Good to see you.
You too?
Why do you love it?
When I stopped working, I knew I needed something to do. And my mom and dad had been volunteers with VON, Meals on Wheels program, so it's just natural for me to do it, I think.
Johan Weber is very grateful to the students and volunteers like McBride. He's been a Meals on Wheels client for 2 years.
Oh, I would be in a nursing home or somewhere, but I like it here, and Meals on Wheels, very good. Yes, I'm very grateful, and they do a very good job.
A program feeding those in need of a meal while providing a head start into the working world for dozens of youths. Dale Molnar, CBC News, Windsor.
If you're joining us now, we are doing a special live show from Bright Lights here at Jackson Park for our Make the Season Kind campaign. And this is a wonderful spot to get into the festive spirit, but it's not the only place in the city. Windsor Eats has transformed its interior into a tinsel town, and they even have a green drink in honor of the Grinch. Take a look.
So I'm Adriano Ciotoli, co-owner and founder of Windsor Eats, and we're here today from our Tinseltown Windsor Christmas pop-up bar. My sister and I, who runs Windsor Eats with me, we're always like, well, why not Windsor? Why can't we bring it here? And so we took it upon ourselves to kind of bring Windsor its first Christmas pop-up. And we really wanted to try to fill the space where everywhere you looked was a little something different. And we were pretty much at capacity on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So we've expanded into Sundays now. Sundays we're going to push as a family day because we've been getting so many people asking, you know, are kids able to come? And absolutely they're able to come. But if you're a little worried about bringing them more in the evening, we have Sunday all day. That'll be happening, and we have different themes every single night that we're open, as well as live entertainment, but live entertainment doing Christmas music. We're really trying to bring as much kind of festive cheer. We definitely wanted to make sure that, you know, it was appealing, not just, you know, the smells and the taste and the visuals. It had that warmness to it as well. This, we have one of our popular s'mores kits that we do. So everyone, you know, knows s'mores about going, whether you're going to cut down your Christmas tree at a farm or going camping or whatnot. We're taking that element of kind of people's coziness and bringing it right to your table. So we have a little tabletop s'mores kit, and then people are able to do s'mores right at their table. We're going to be open every Friday to Sunday up until Christmas. We are focusing on kind of the desserts and the beverages, but if people, you know, pay attention to our website or our socials, they'll be able to see when we're bringing in special caterers, chefs, or even possibly other food trucks.
And this is the second year that a family in Kingsville is opening up their hearts and their culinary skills in order to help other families. Ted Rochelow and his wife, they are cooking holiday meals, not just for themselves, but 200 holiday meals. And he spoke with our morning radio team about all this.
During COVID, where we couldn't get out and meet and greet everybody, especially at Christmas time, I'm involved with the Knights of Columbus in Kingsville, and we have a lot of seniors. And as we're eating our meal at Christmas, I started wondering about them. Are they able to get out, and are they able to see their family? And I talked to my wife, and she was all on board about it. And I said, well, the only way we can make this happen is if we get our kids involved. So at Thanksgiving 2021, we talked to them, and I told them this is what we had planned. But we need your help. You know, we need you to be there Christmas Day between 3 and 5 to help serve the meals, and they were all for it. And that's what we did. So the first time we did it, I think we did just under 100, and it went pretty smoothly. And then we put the word out that it was basically for seniors and people who couldn't get out. And then we found there's a need for people who are sick, and then the people that take care of them, and they're going to be at the residence, and so we wanted them to have a meal, a Christmas meal. We just kind of cover as many bases we can to make sure somebody has a nice meal at Christmas. We're going for 200 this year. It went really smooth last year, and I think we can handle 200, and I think last year we were just under 100. We just wanted to give back, and we thought it was important to do that.
And our radio colleagues with Windsor Morning, they also had their Make the Season Kind program earlier today. And if you missed it this morning, here is a highlight reel.
I'm Amy Dodge. This is Windsor Morning. It's Thursday, December 5th. We're continuing our special program this morning to bring awareness and donation to local food banks.
I love meeting people. I like supporting the handmade businesses and seeing them succeed.
Makes you feel warm and fuzzy inside.
Yeah, you're holding your arms like you're warm and fuzzy.
Yeah.
Inspiring to see how many people are actually willing to help come and help out with this thing and put in the time and effort to make it happen.
How fortunate are we, you know, to be able to help those who really need help at this time of year.
We're just really happy that so many people are coming out, and we hope to give them like just a day of themed fun.
You know, I mean, it means so much. Obviously, the food bank, you know, there's more people that need food in this area than ever before.
Two of us riding nowhere, spending someone's heart of pain. You and me Sunday driving, not arriving on our way back home.
I want to tell you about our musical guest, Val Daniels. Val is an instructor, a music instructor in our area. She teaches kids, she teaches adults, she teaches piano and vocals and theory as well. So that is how she gives back to the community, and she's going to take us to break with Joni Mitchell's River.
Coming on Christmas, they cutting down trees, they putting up reindeer, singing songs of joy.
Welcome back to our special Make the Season Kind show here at Bright Lights at Jackson Park. And the goal is all about helping people dealing with food insecurity. Want to thank everybody who has come by and has said hello and has dropped off some canned goods, some food donations. We really, really appreciate it. And I do want to tell you about a report that has just come out about how food prices are expected to go up next year. It's a report compiled by 4 universities, and they expect prices to go up between 3 to 5%. Anise Haydari has more on this possible hike.
Grocery shopping is still getting more expensive.
Families really have a hard time cooking now in an affordable way.
You just learn how to buy things in like the large quantity when they go on sale.
I kind of have to pay it. You know, I have a family of 4.
And that family of 4 could pay up to $800 more to eat next year. That's according to the latest food price report from several Canadian universities. Overall, food prices are estimated to go up by 3 to 5% in 2025. Beef tops the list, projected to go up by 4 to 6%. Vegetables close behind, up to 5% more expensive.
We're a little bit unpleased with it being $1.49.
This produce wholesaler in Calgary says his customers notice rising prices.
It's part of the business, right? So stuff we used to sell for $5 10 years ago is now $10, and stuff we used to sell for $1.99 is now $3.99 or $2.99. Like, things naturally are going up. Everybody understands it.
The Food Report's own data also shows last year wasn't as bad as some expected.
Cyclical right now. In fact, I mean, a lot of people didn't feel it, but in 2024 was actually a bit of a break year compared to the last few years.
That may not continue, especially for veggies.
And that's due to climate change. It's due to currency fluctuations, and that's the one thing we're expecting in 2025. A weaker dollar is likely going to impact our grocers' buying power.
But even with the projected jump in prices, this wholesaler thinks it'll be okay.
3 to 5%, again, we can live with that too. That's actually kind of, it's positive news that it's not jumping up 10, 15, 20% like it was before.
Small potatoes compared to years past. Anis Haidari, CBC News, Calgary.
The issue of food insecurity also came up in Queen's Park today. Here's NDP MPP for Windsor West, Lisa Gretzky.
The cost of living has skyrocketed. The unemployment rate in Windsor is the highest in the entire country. Those on ODSP and OW are living in deep legislated poverty. The Feed Ontario Hunger Report notes that in 2023-24, over 1 million individuals accessed a food bank in Ontario, visiting almost 7.7 million times. First-time users represented 77% of those needing support. Food bank use has been on the rise for 8 years. This is the second year of unprecedented surge in demand. The main reasons? Insufficient income and unaffordable housing. And homelessness is at a historically high level.
I want to pivot now to remind you about a story that we told you about earlier this week about a son who has been banned from his mother's long-term care home for more than a year now. NDP MPP Lise Vaugeois has been fighting to prevent bans like this from happening in seniors' home, and she spoke on this at Queen's Park today, and she named Paul Zeman, who is a LaSalle resident, and his mother, Anna.
The isolation of seniors from their families is a cruel form of intimidation. I am calling on the government to step up, educate police officers in care homes on the correct use of the Trespass to Property Act, and once and for all, stop these abuses.
And I want to take a moment now to tell you all about our partners. Over the next month, there are going to be events throughout our city, and you can actually drop off canned goods at various locations where our partners are having these events. So that's Williston Manor, Coach House, Windsor Symphony Orchestra, the Mistletoe Market, the Capitol Theatre, and Windsor Eats. And you can also drop off canned goods at the CBC Windsor building as well from 9 to 4 on weekdays. And you can also donate online at cbc.ca/Windsor. You can find information there. And I'm going to let Val Daniels take us to commercial break.
The lamp is burning low upon my tabletop. The snow is softly falling. The air is still in the silence of my
Colette Kennedy joins us now for a look at weather. And Colette, we just had a beautiful moment because a few moments ago it started snowing. It's so pretty.
It's awesome. Yeah, just a lovely little burst. And I'm going to show you those on the radar in a moment, but so much prettier in person, right? Yeah, just kind of putting everyone, putting you in the mood, as well as, I guess, the cold temperatures and the cold air in place, giving it that holiday season feel. Yeah, we have to go there too. So there's a look at your current temperatures. Everyone below freezing, -1 for Windsor, not too bad in here. That is until we factor in the winds, because of course we have to look at the winds as well. Now the wind chill is based off the sustained winds, so feeling almost like -10, and below that for Sarnia here. London at -10, and they've been just getting hammered with the snowfall in that region off of Lake Huron. But the wind gusts are still pretty strong too. Some of those exceeding certainly 40 kilometers an hour for Windsor, but over 50 for Sarnia. So they'll ease up a bit through the overnight. They're not going to die off, but they'll get a little bit lighter, but then be ramping up again tomorrow. But the difference is they'll be more from the west, and then eventually a bit more southwesterly. So that's going to change the areas that are being affected by the lakes and the snow squalls, but certainly very close by. There you see in London, they may pick up in that area another 5 to 10 centimeters quite easily from this. And you got to know that it's not only these snow squalls posing a real problem and wreaking havoc on the roads, they do become more refined and defined as we go into tomorrow. But also, in addition to this, there's another system, another Alberta clipper that's going to be moving through on Saturday. Now that's more for Eastern Ontario and Northern Ontario, not so much for southwestern Ontario. What we do have is actually some clearing through the overnight hours tonight. -7, feeling like -16 based off those winds. Tomorrow afternoon, still, we're talking about some flurries. I think we could have some sun still early and then clouds building in. Still -1, feeling like close to -8 or -9. And then, of course, second half of the weekend, that's when the warm-up begins.
Sounds good. Thanks so much for that, Colette.
You're welcome.
And that is it for our special Bright Lights show, Make the Season Kind campaign. Really appreciate all of you for all of your support, and to everybody who came by and said hello to us. We're going to let Val Daniels take it away. Thank you so much.
Have yourself a merry